Hello and welcome to Martin Lucas Investor. My name is Sensei and we are here for the morning forecast show. We do this show every single morning, but today is a day better than most. It's one of the days we like where everyone is making money. Hopefully, the markets are pumping, people are making money. Bitcoin is selling off slightly as we speak, so let's see if those gains stay with us and we might turn into a thundery day. It's the morning forecast show. Welcome everyone into the show. It doesn't look like it'll be a sideways day, it looks like it's going to be quite a sunny day here in the markets. I am very happy to be in front of you guys once again this morning. So please do hit the like button. What do we have on screen right now? Which is just pumping, pumping, pumping. Well, that is HBAR is currently at 20 cents, up 7.5%, 7.5% right now as we speak. We're going to be looking into XRP as well. The massive pattern that is basically we've seen a big breakout from. We're going to be looking at ADA, XLM, and and Bitcoin as well. So thank you everyone for tuning in. Please make sure you hit the like button and please make sure you are subscribed. But let's get straight into it. The biggest gainer on my watch list is HBAR. HBAR is up 7.5% as we speak on the day, and it has broken above that important 19 cents level, the level that it broke below previously. You can see on the chart it was a level of support. You broke below it, and very quickly, in a couple of days' time, you went down to your target. That's the target that I was interested in buying, and that I bought some HBAR. That was around 13 cents. We got a double bottom once again at 13 cents. Two chances to be buying HBAR at 13 cents in the last few months. And ever since it has broken back up to the upside, broken past resistance at 18 cents, broken this downwards trend line that we've been tracking as well, and now sort of the sky's the limit, but not really. We've got resistance up at 25 cents, and then obviously also nearer those all-time highs around 40 cents as well. Those would for me be the main targets. I'd like to see us get back above 22 cents as well. That was the high back in May. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. This is my thoughts and opinions only. Please do not buy or sell based on anything I'm saying. That would be a very unwise decision. This is me giving you my thoughts, my opinions for entertainment purposes only. So, have you hit the like button? Have you subscribed? Are you excited in the chat? Shall we do a poll in the chat? What should we put in the chat? Give me some poll suggestions. Let me know what polls. Members can request polls, so let me know what poll you want me to run in the chat. That's HBAR. But the story doesn't stop there. ADA. I mean, it was only 3, 4, 5, I don't know, 2 weeks ago when we looked at ADA at 53 cents, at 50 cents, and I literally said, this is looking very, very tempting. And I bought ADA at those levels. At 50 cents. 3 times we hit those levels. Every single time we bounced. And right now, 3 massive candles for ADA. In the last 3 days, we've seen ADA go up 27%. And it is coming into its level of resistance around 74 cents. But if the momentum continues, I do see ADA heading closer to $1 in the coming weeks as well. Again, would I be FOMOing in? Probably not. Do I have a little bit of FOMO right now? Yes. Why? Because I had some money in my trading account where I took profits quite conservatively. I took some profits off XRP on my leverage position, much lower than we are right now. I think it was about $2.40 the other day. And I regret that very, very much so. And that's money set in the sideline in the trading account. I did a quick trade this morning. I FOMO'd in. I bought a few tokens, ADA, Ondo. Oh no, I don't think it was ADA. I think it was HBAR, Ondo, XLM, just some quick trades. And then I was like, what am I doing? I had some profit and I just closed the positions because I don't like FOMOing in. I get emotional just like the rest of us. That you're probably watching, but I quickly closed those positions because they were in profits, and I just don't like FOMOing in, even though I do see more upside and this run can really continue, in my opinion. I just don't like the. I went against my own rule of FOMO, especially on leverage. So I closed those positions, a bit upset because I've got a bit of money sat on the sideline doing nothing, which is not a position I'd like to be in. But most of my spot bags, they are all, I haven't taken any profits, nothing off the side. In fact, I've been adding to those spot bags. All I'm talking about right now is my leverage positions. So that's a bit about what's going on with me. Let me see, do we have any poll suggestions in the chat? Shall I put, do you have FOMO? Let's see how many people. Do you have FOMO now at the moment? ATM. Yes. Yes, but haven't bought. Haven't bought. No. Yes. And bought on way up. Don't own crypto. Okay, poll in the chat. Do you have FOMO at the moment? Yes, but haven't bought. Maybe you're feeling FOMO, but you're sticking to your guts and you're not buying. No, if you have no FOMO at all, and you're just enjoying it. Yes, and bought on the way up. Have you acted on your FOMO? Have you been buying in the last couple of days? Or number 4, don't own crypto. Let's see what the results of those polls will be. I'm going to have to say yes and bought on the way up, even though I sold it as a profit, but I still had a bit of FOMO and I accidentally acted on it. So let me see how that poll runs. Let's see what you guys answer there. Okay, so ADA, yes, getting close to our target, 74 cents. We were calling this at 50 cents, so it's very nice to see. Be careful coming up into a bit of resistance. We've got Algorand up 5% right now on the day as well. So that's having a good day. XLM, I mean, how many times did we bang on about XLM at these lower levels? 22 cents, 26 cents, and it's finally really getting some follow through now. In the last 4 days on XLM, you are up 33%. The next target for XLM, once we clear these levels, in my opinion, is 41 cents. So that's the reason I've got a bit of FOMO, is because a lot of these altcoins, once they get going fast. And if it's anything like what we saw in December, January, then you get 30, 40, 50% days. And XLM right now doesn't look like there's a lot of resistance up ahead. There is this area over here that you need to clear. Which is just the previous highs from the 10th of May. Once those are cleared around these levels, 33 cents, then you're looking at 41 cents. So once those levels cleared, you're looking at another 26% move to the upside until you hit any major resistance. And even then, it's not really the biggest resistance out there for XLM. So XLM, I like XLM, I buy XLM, I own spot XLM. Why? Because when XRP moves, XLM normally outperforms it, both on the way up and on the way down. So it's a bit more volatile than XRP. MSK is in the chat and he's loving the moves on HBAR. Yes, we've just talked about HBAR. It's looking great. I mean, HBAR, get ready for 25 cents, get ready for 45 cents, in my opinion. But always remember, I'm not giving advice. I'm just excited like the rest of us watching. Mike is the best trader on XRP as well. Mike, how much? What price did he buy XRP at? Was it 35 cents, or 40 cents, 50 cents, something like that? I love it. We've got the altcoins outperforming Bitcoin today. Ondo Finance, again, something we were talking about and buying live on the show at 66 cents. Right now, it's back at 91 cents. And yes, I know Ondo Finance was much lower at the beginning of last year. However, I'm talking about just a few weeks ago where we're up another 38% since those buys. Dogecoin up 1.5%, but the star of the show, even though it's not, even though the altcoins are outperforming at the moment, is Bitcoin. Bitcoin had a massive breakout, something we've been expecting for a while, out of the parallel channel. Bull flag was formed, and we've broken straight past all-time highs. Remember, we predicted this the day before we got all-time highs. We went live and we said this. And we said Bitcoin's going to break out either tonight or tomorrow, and it did not disappoint. Bitcoin breaking out, and since the breakout zone, up 6%, and it's not giving up any of its gains. Currently set at 117,000, set an all-time high earlier today at 118,900. So It's definitely hit our first target of, I'll bring the target up on the screen. It's definitely hit our first target of 115,000. As long as it holds that level, the next target would be 125 to 130,000. What or I also can envision or see happening at this time, you've hit your first target, and that first target is joining these two highs over here, plus a Fibonacci. I think from this high to low. Oh, something like that. You've basically hit your. It's mainly this upwards target. This would indicate if we're going to go into a bear market if we don't hold it, but we are back above it, which is very, very, very positive sign. What I can see happening right now is potentially a move up to 125,000 to 130,000, or we just hold 115,000 and start going sideways a little bit, really allowing those altcoins to start pumping. Remember, when Bitcoin has a big move up, move sideways a little bit, that's when the altcoins pump. And the reason I say that is because you look at Bitcoin dominance, and Bitcoin dominance is hit its target again. That was a suggestion for us to, as investors, to see Bitcoin dominance hit a target. What does that mean? Well, it means altcoins will probably start outperforming Bitcoin, at least for a short while, or a full blown out altcoin season. But we don't need to predict if it's a full blown out altcoin season or if it's an altcoin little pump. All it's showing us is Bitcoin hit when Bitcoin hits a target, and right now it's hit 115,000, and we are at a target on Bitcoin dominance. It means altcoins can really have be the star of the show for a while, and Bitcoin dominance can head down. Bitcoin can move sideways. Altcoins will outperform a Bitcoin. That means Bitcoin's dominance falls down, and then you get a mini altcoin season. So we might see something similar to that happen at this point. Just because we're above 115,000, we might want to move sideways a little bit, let the altcoins run, and then Bitcoin can go on its next big run, outperform altcoins, and then do it all over again. So it is looking very bullish, and that's why in the last few months I've said I'm more bullish than not. I do see Bitcoin making new all-time highs. I do see Bitcoin heading to, I mean, it was only 2 weeks ago where I said 115,000, 130,000, 150,000, and that's where we all sat back at 106,000, and that's when we had the last mini dip. So I am bullish on Bitcoin. I think this is a very, very strong move, especially the fact that we've got above this trend line and went above our target of 115,000. I think it gives us a lot of strength. I think Bitcoin is showing a lot of strength. Even if it goes sideways now, that's perfect because that just gives room for the altcoins to start running, and then it can go on its next few runs towards the upside. So it is giving me the vibes of January of 2025, December of 2025, where Bitcoin went on that big rally towards the upside. Bitcoin dominance fell off a cliff. Not a proper altcoin season cliff, but it hit its target over here, went down about 11%. And 11% from these levels would be potentially back to the 60% mark. Altcoins went absolutely crazy back then, and that's when XRP went from 50 cents to $3.50. So we could possibly see something like that emerge once again, and that would be happy days in the crypto market. But always remember there is risks and there is downside potential to all of this as well. That would, if something like that happens, XRP, which we're looking at right now, in my opinion, would definitely blast all-time highs to $3.50 if we do see Bitcoin start going sideways and Bitcoin dominance start falling, money flowing into altcoins. Would I like to see Bitcoin get to 130,000 first? Probably. That would just bring more money into the market once it hits 130,000. Let Bitcoin go on a little bit more of a run before we see that altcoin season. Will show even more strength and even more money can flow into altcoins. So I'd rather see Bitcoin just continue this run. But if it holds at 115,000, it's still bullish. But speaking about XRP, the biggest breakout in the one of the biggest breakouts in the history of XRP, look at that pattern. It is very simply just a bullish pennant. It came from a move up, then it was a symmetrical triangle where a couple of days ago we broke out, we covered it live, and now you've hit the first target of $2.62. We have been covering it on this chart as well, where you look at $2.30 breaking means you're heading up to $2.62. And congratulations, because in the last 3 days you've done exactly that. In 3 days you've gone up 14% on XRP. which is great news. That's exactly what we were saying. $2.30, you break that resistance, your next level is $2.50, then $2.62. $2.62 is obviously the main target, and that's what we've hit today. If we get above $2.62, there's not many more targets. One would be $3, the next one would be $3.30, which is basically all-time highs, and then you start looking at $3.50 and beyond. So there's not really much in XRP's way now, apart from breaking $2.62. I know, technically speaking, we are above it right now, but I'm talking about this whole zone over here, maybe getting above $2.65 and holding it with a daily candle close tonight would be the most bullish sign for XRP. So that is what we're looking out for. So that is the breakdown of the main charts. I'm going to get into your questions. I'm going to get into the news for today as well. While we do that, let's get the... Oh, I don't know what I've clicked there. I don't want to do that. I want to go here. I've just put a thread out on the FCA and crypto, because here in the UK, do you feel protected? The FCA's real ETF access... the FCA banned retail Bitcoin ETF access in 2021 at 8,000. Today, Bitcoin trades at 80,000. I think it's even higher, 86,000. I don't know. I did change that, but it didn't come through. UK retail investors didn't get safety. They got locked out of the greatest asset rally of the decade. Thanks for nothing, FCA. So I would like to get you guys to please share this out. I'm going to put it in the chat. Please do go over there, hit the like button, retweet it, and we can continue with the show. So go here, hit the retweet button, hit the like button. Let me know once you've done it in the chat. That would be greatly appreciated. Once you're there as well, make sure you click on the profile, and let's see if we can get to 1,100 followers. That would be amazing. And whilst you're doing that, if you don't have X, or if you also have X, please do hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. We're going to put the music on for 1 minute, and then we're going to get into your questions and some more charts and news. So let's put on the music. We'll put on the original Phoenix.
The year is 1991. Birds and people are living together in seemingly perfect harmony, until one day a young man catches fire. This is Phoenix.
Make sure you smash the like button. We're about to get into some more charts, your question, and the news of the day. So smash the like button. Let's get it done. The link is in the chat. If you have X, please go and follow and retweet the X post I've just posted. Let's get to 10 retweets. We've only got 3 more left. 10 retweets. And let's see if we can get to 1,100 followers. If you haven't followed me on X yet, please go and do that. I'll give you the link for the post, and you can find my X account there. Let's get back into the music and into the news. 30 more seconds. Let's see if we can do it. Only 20 more followers. Please go and follow me on X. Let's get it done. Thank you everyone for doing that. Have you hit the like button? Yes. Have you gone on to X? I'm going to post a link one more time. Go and follow me on X and go and retweet that post. We're on 1,078 followers, 1,081 followers, 19 more followers. Wow, we're so close now. That would be amazing. And we got 8 retweets. Let's see if we can get it to 10 retweets. The link is in the chat. Go and hit the like button and read the post. So let's get into the news of the day. Let me first go into the comments and see what everyone's saying. How is the poll doing as well? Do you have FOMO at the moment? Yes, but haven't bought. No, 59%. Yes, and bought on the way up. We all do it, 21%. Don't own crypto is 4% of the people watching. Let me make sure this is on Do Not Disturb. There we go. I'm going to read your comments in a second. Okay, so that's the poll. Keep voting on that poll. Good morning. I heard most of the inflows for XRP are coming from South Korea. There is a lot of action in South Korea. You are right. I wouldn't say most of them, however. So today is going to be a dump. I assume it doesn't have to be. I mean, this is the mistake most people make is when they start seeing gains, they take profits. Again, nothing wrong with taking profits, but if you take profits the days where everything is overbought and the markets are going up, normally that is when the markets are the most bullish. And if every time, for example, the example I always give is if every time you look at a chart on quite a high time frame, the daily or the weekly, and you see it go into the overbought section and you just take your profits every single time that happens, then you actually miss out on basically 90% of the gains, because most of the gains in a market happen when it's overbought, when there's a lot of FOMO going on, when the technical indicators say it's overbought. So it's not as simple as saying, well, the indicators are saying it's overbought, we were up for 2 days, now we're going to sell off. It's actually normally that's when you start kicking, that's when things start really moving. That's when most of the gains of the market happen in a very short amount of time when it's overbought. So I don't. So today's going to be a dump just because we've pumped for the last few days. Isn't something I would in fact say the opposite. It's more likely to going to pump because the momentum is there on the bullish side. I think some have already started to take profits, but I'm holding. Looks like it's selling off to me a bit. Yeah, well, it's going to play with your emotions. This is how the markets play. They go up. That both sides lose. The shorters and the longers and the longs lose because the markets move up. They liquidate all shorts. Then everyone gets excited and everyone starts longing. Then the markets swing down, maybe intraday, maybe one day. Liquidate the longs, and then they start moving up again. And so it can sell off to try and catch some people out. Let's see if it can hold this level. SEC needs to drop this appeal already. It will happen. It will happen. The closed door meeting was yesterday. We didn't get anything come out from the SEC yesterday, which I said is the most likely option. I said that it probably won't, but there is always a chance that it does. I would say the most likely option is probably not, obviously not this week now because it's Friday. I would say the week after next. I would say this month we would get the SEC to drop the appeal because they probably spoke about it yesterday. In fact, was very confident they did, considering what the Sunshine meeting was all about. Even though they didn't name XRP, we covered it in yesterday's video. But I would expect them to come out this month and say they're dropping the appeal, and that would be another major catalyst. And if we get an XRP ETF approved in the next couple of weeks, if this momentum continues, oh my god, that would be XRP at $10 in my opinion. News should be released soon. Yeah, I would say this month, Matthew. I don't believe the appeal case being dropped would do much. The original case with Torres was much more, but yeah, Dan, of course, that was the main. XRP is not a security, but it's just that momentum, it's the sentiment. Sometimes things don't mean anything, but the market and the retail take it as everything, and it's just another catalyst. It was a 3% dip on my portfolio. I said I'm just going to go past these because there's a lot of comments coming through. I'll answer the members. Everyone tap the like button. Says Dan, thank you very much. Please do hit the like button. It's definitely following Bitcoin as Bitcoin has the market dominance right now. Yes, Bitcoin is very important. Even though I'm not an investor in Bitcoin, I always cover the Bitcoin price action because that is what leads the market. And that's where the liquidity most of the time comes from. Love HBAR, says Steve, as do I. 40% gains today. I'm new. Wow, congratulations to you. 40% gains. What have you been buying? I haven't seen many things up 40%. Hi, Sensei Bitcoin. I'm just going to answer members' questions for now. If you want to become a member, here is the membership link. Hi, Sensei. Looks like Bitcoin is having a sort of correction. It's not a member question. Hey, Mike. I have FOMO when the price is going down. Oh, that's a good way of looking at it. Yes, as do I. I mean, when the price is going down and there's no money to put in, it's just frustrating, isn't it? Got my HBAR at 15 cents, so looking good. Swapped my XLM for more HBAR last week. Not sure if that was good or not. Well, good luck to you, Steve. If this keeps going on, I'm not flying back to UK or Crete tonight. Tony wants to spend all his money. He's in Crete. He doesn't want to come back to UK. I mean, have you seen the FCA story I put out today in the newsletter and in the X post? I mean, it's not looking good for us. Dealing with FOMO is much easier when you don't have any money. Morning RB, got some bank social as well. Really like that one. Morning family, XRP and HBAR. Boom, says MSK. Congratulations to our whale. MSK is in the chat. I'm looking for a good point to make some profits to recoup my initial investment. Recoup my initial investment of XRP. What happened? How did you lose your initial investment of XRP? Oh, do you mean take your initial investment out, Alan? Is that what you mean? Good to hear, Mike. I'm doing good. Like to see some green days. Still nothing from the SEC. Don't expect it today or tomorrow. Expect it maybe. We'll start asking questions maybe Friday next week, but I think it will come out in 2 weeks' time. That's my gut feeling. I would say it will come out this month, but probably towards the end of this month or the last week of this month. Good morning, Motto A team. All right, all right, all right. I love it, H bar. I'm sorry, we love it. We love it, MSK. Don't know why I called you H bar. Got some Ondo at 77 cents. Even at these prices, a good deal. Hey, when are you taking me put for dinner? Yes, and when are you taking me for dinner? You told me you bought XRP a few weeks ago, and you're obviously up on the investment. You need to take me for dinner. Sensei, what platform are you using to buy crypto? I use everything, all platforms available in the UK. I don't have a specific one.
Roshane donated $5 through a super chat. Do you see any pullback for XRP at around $2.66? Or do you think we are going to climb, ladder emoji, to $2.90 with some pullback? Would appreciate your advice.
Roshane, I'm going to be very careful because at the end of that you put would appreciate your advice. I'm going to make this very clear, and especially that you're giving a super chat. I don't want this to be seen in the wrong way. I don't give advice, and the super chat is for fan funding. It's nothing. I'm not accepting payment for advice at all. So I appreciate your super chat. Thanks for your super chat, but I'm going to be very careful how I answer this. Also, because I don't quite know what you mean by see a pullback for XRP around two. So you're saying $2.66 you're going to see as resistance, because I don't know if you're measuring this in Australian dollars. Probably not, because it'll be double the price. So just be careful. I mean, I'm not giving any advice at the moment. I'm just looking at the chart. $2.66 was definitely a resistance level for XRP, and we've already got the pullback. I think it will go straight through $2.66 next time it tries. Yeah, $2. No, I think $2.70 can be some resistance. I do have a slight resistance line over there, and then really it will be $2.90. Yeah, I'm just trying to read your comment again. It's worded a bit difficult. Just asking a few questions in one. Do you see a pullback for XRP around $2.66? Not really. We've already had a pullback, maybe at $2.70. Do you think we're going to climb to $2.90 with some pullback? Yes, I think there will be a few pullbacks on the way up to $2.90. But I think we're in bullish mode. I think things can move fast. I don't think we'll have those big pullbacks back to $2 at this point. That's not what I'm thinking at the moment. But thank you for your super chat. Sensei, what platform are you using to buy crypto? Coinbase, KuCoin, Revolut, Swissborg, Crypto.com, all those. Hey, when you taking me out for dinner? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, morning. Go Bitcoin. Mark Saxby. Did you manage to get your second Bitcoin? It's so annoying. You were about to buy your second Bitcoin, and now Bitcoin is at these prices. Um, what are you doing, Mark Saxby? I feel very bad because you never know when's the right time to buy. It's very hard to know, especially when you're on an uptrend. You don't know if there's going to be a pullback or not. Hi, Mark. XRP at $7.50, says Justin Wells. That's close to the targets I'm thinking about. People are waking up. People are waking up, taking profits. No, XRP is pushing higher. I don't read into this at all. I mean, XRP, look at this. It's just that it's going straight back up again. Wouldn't worry about that. It's just a bit of intraday volatility. My average is $2.65. So yes, a FOMO. Oh wow, you're breaking even as we speak. So congratulations, lag. At least you didn't panic sell as well. That would have been a double whammy. That's always the worst when you FOMO in at near all time highs, and then you FOMO out, and then you panic sell when you're at support at possibly $2, or when you broke $2 at $1.90. So at least you've held on to it. Lesson learnt. £2. That's what we want in the UK. That would be £2 is what we want. I don't know what you mean. What's XRP trading at right now? I would imagine it'd be close to £2. I don't really look at it in pounds. 195 at the moment. £2 is what we want. That is true. And beyond. £10 is what we want. Bitcoin is pushing up once again. MSK, I still do not get excited or bat an eye unless I see closer to $3, 3 to 5 on XRP. That's worth celebrating. Under that is Savage Faith Creations. Have some. Enjoy the moment. It's still good. I mean, if you bought at $2 a couple weeks ago and you're up to these levels now, I mean that's about 5 years on the S&P 500 in 2 weeks. So it's still worth celebrating. But we might see $3 to $5 sooner than you expect. Please do not spam. We don't allow spamming of tokens. So I'm going to put you in a timeout. I'll do it over here. No spamming of tokens. We don't know if you're a paid influencer or whatever. We don't like people spamming. I'm only going to put you in a timeout for 5 minutes in case you are a normal person. Happy Friday, Stacey. Done. Oh, thank you. Obviously, you've done the X post. What's the origin of the mental song again? I don't know what you mean by that. It's the origin. Done. Retweeted. Thank you guys for retweeting. Yolanda retweeted. Daniel retweeted. Robbie C don't retweeted. Thank you very much, Mike. I think I should give you XRP. You would have to promise to hold it though. No, Mike holds XRP, but I'm sure he wouldn't say no to gifting him XRP. Sensei, play your cool drums tune after this. We will do it as Bitcoin creates new all-time highs during our stream. I'm keeping an eye on it. I sold early in the morning most of my crypto to buy Circle in 1 hour at the beginning. That's a very interesting idea there, James. Jim Polius. Good luck to you. I mean, I wouldn't touch Circle at these prices, but good luck to you. I mean, I could be completely wrong, and I have been wrong with Circle as well. I thought $100 it was severely overpriced. What's it now? It's at $200. So yeah, there you go. I missed out on a double because I thought it was overpriced at $100. So there you go. Good luck to you. Oh my god, it went all the way up to $300. Absolutely crazy. I like that song better. Followed. Holding XRP for $10 to $20 and perhaps $50 and beyond. Yeah, my targets for XRP this cycle are very much. I'll start taking profits, and I don't like to say it because I don't actually want to, but I think my wife will kill me if I don't because we've been holding it for way too long. I'll start probably taking profits, and I've got the chart for you here. I wonder what the chat how the chat will react to this. At $4.70 is where I will actually start taking profits. Previously, I took profits at all-time highs because I wanted to buy the dip at 50% because I already saw a 50% correction coming. But I think the next leg up would be the main leg up if we break all-time highs. So my strategy is a laddering out strategy. So I'll be laddering out maybe 20% at $4.70, another I just don't want to sell, but I'm going to have to. Maybe 10% at $4.70, 20% at $5.30, another 20% at $6.37, another 20% at $7.41, another 20% at $8.51. And then the highs of the cycle, I see $11 and $13, an absolute best case scenario. I mean, everything perfect storm. Bitcoin's at 250,000, super cycle. I would say XRP goes to $18 and $33 in absolute best case scenario, and I'll have a little bit left over for that. But my thoughts are around $11. It'll probably sell off, go into a bear market, maybe reach back to valuations of $2.50, $2, lower valuations, and I'll probably start buying back for the next cycle. And in the next cycle, I do see XRP going to $50 to $100. So that's sort of how I'm going to play it, but it's going to be a difficult one. Do you foresee any catalysts for next week? Well, the catalyst. I mean, the market is just booming right now. It doesn't really need a catalyst, as long as there no news is sometimes good news. So nothing particularly going on. I mean, we'll see Bitcoin ETF inflows. We might see the SEC case drop. We might see XRP ETFs get approved. But that can happen at any point. ISO is happening next week, which will be quite good fun. I can't think of anything else off the top of my head. Holding XRP for $10 to $20 and perhaps $50 and beyond. Good luck to you. Thank you for the super chat. If you do want a chart request of your favorite cryptocurrency, you can do a $5 super chat and we will get it done. We'll be going over to Martyn's stream shortly as well. I've been holding XRP for 5 years and Zebex since March. Where do you think? I have no thoughts on it. Friday says Savage. Thank you, bro. Thoughts on Kraken? Yeah, great exchange. Love that movie. .com. Thank you, Mike. I swear Sensei was going to say, oh wow, that sucks, but he didn't. How did MSK not know that? Come on. What sucks? What was I going to say sucks? Sensei, can we have the price prediction in UK pounds as well as US? Daniel, unfortunately not. Everything works in US dollars. Everywhere in the world accepts US dollars. Not everywhere. Most places in the world don't accept British pounds. So we work in USD. My mind is changed to US dollars, unfortunately. So I won't be changing to pounds. Average buying XRP 51 cents. Very, very good. Congratulations to you. Going to wait for a pullback. Anything between 80 and 96,000 will be a buy from me. We love it, Mark Sack speaks. Sticking to your thoughts. Pump it. Should we put the pump music on? Where is Bitcoin? Where is XRP hitting its highs again? It was pumping just a second ago. No, it's not at highs yet. It is trying. It's back above 118,000. XRP $10. XRP exploding right now. We could wake up to $10 one morning very soon. I don't think we'll wake up to it. I don't think overnight we'll go from $3 to $10. But I mean, it's very possible next week XRP is at $10. That is a real possibility. That is definitely a real possibility. Not the most likely scenario at all. But when things start heating up, they heat up fast. If you just imagine going into XRP's chart and just going back to where we were in January, December of last year, we got a pump from about 47 cents. Just the first initial pump took us to 510% up in 27 days. 27 days, 510% up. If you take that from current levels, 27 days, 500%. That would be a $14. Wait, that would be no, it would be higher. That'll be a $17, $18 XRP at the beginning of next month. so, so obviously we need a lot more money to move it at these prices, and it'll be much harder. But it's a possibility. A few good things go right altogether. Mike, what's that show reference to? Anti-CBDC bill might shake up Algo ETC as well as others. Yeah, but they have different plays, and that's just in the US. XRP is approaching $2 and CBDCs are coming whether you like it or not, whether it's in this administration or 20 years down the line or 15 years down the line or 5 years down the line in UK or whatever. They're coming, so and they'll come to the US soon enough as well. Don't you worry. XRP is approaching $2.65 again. Yes, I'm watching it right now. Okay, I should have kept my 1,200 XRP I bought around January and not sell it. There you go. Okay, thank you everyone for tuning in. Please do hit the like button. How many likes are we on? We are currently on apparently 14 likes. Let me refresh that. That can't be right. We are on 164 likes. We can get up to 200 likes. Please do hit that like button here. And then let me bring you some news stories as well. Remember, we have our very own newsletter every single morning. If you are investing in the markets, if you are a real investor, not a gambler, if you are reading the news, well, you're going to have to read the news. I mean, if you're a real investor, you need to know what's going on. You need to understand trends. You need to, over time, build your knowledge and understand how news stories affect markets, how to capitalize on news stories. So, if you're an investor, you need to know what the news is. And how the best way of getting the news, in my opinion, is our very own newsletter. Every single morning, you get the 5 most important things to know before the markets open. Every single trading morning, you get the charts of the day. My very own charts. You get them right in the newsletter with key levels and technical context. You get deep dive stories. Hours of research put into these every morning, 4 hours of research to put these newsletters together for you, and you get the deep dives onto big stocks, cryptos, macro trends. You also get the EvToll newsletter every Saturday from Vaz as well, and you get a free trial with that link, as well as there is a free plan, which is probably um, it's good. I mean, if you just want to see what it's all about, but you definitely want to try the free trial first, and then you can move over to the free plan or the monthly plan, because the premium plan has a lot of extra benefits. You get the full daily briefing, the full newsletter, you get the premium chart setups. The charts are in the premium newsletter. You get the deep dives, that's premium exclusive. You get the whole members Q&A, the chat room, the exclusive groups within the newsletter as well, which we're going to be building upon as well. So go and grab your 7-day free trial. In today's newsletter, we had the UK France news. We won't cover that right now. We've got Tesla moving to Phoenix, where Waymo is currently um, dominant. So that's happening as well. That's going to affect. Go read that news story. It looks like Rachel Reeves halts the cash ISA reform after industry backlash. That is the story that we've put in there as well. But the deep dive, Bitcoin breaking all-time highs and all the flows. The deep dive today was on Thanks for Nothing FCA. Okay, we can do a video because I've got a message from Martyn. He'll go 15 minutes later. So I'm going to do a video on the FCA in the UK. In the meantime, please do. We're trying to get up to 20 realistically. Here is my X. Please go and follow it. How many followers are we away now? We're on 1,081. I know we can get to 1,100 in this stream. There's 15 people that are in this stream that haven't followed me on X. I'm sure of it. I am sure, and I don't understand why you haven't. It's obviously free. It's X. There is a link. Go and follow me on X. And if while you're there, go and retweet my most recent post about the FCA. Go and show the UK some love, because not enough people know how terrible it is, how hard it is to invest in crypto in the UK. There is the link for that. Let's do the video on the FCA, and maybe you understand how lucky you are if you're in the US or some other jurisdictions. I know the EU is pretty hard as well, and there's some weird rules. But what I'm going to do is make a video on this. Thanks nothing FCA. Let's do a video on this. Okay. Just getting ready for the video. It's boiling in the room again. Anything else? Is XRP pumping? I don't want to miss that. It is going up again, basically at the highs of its day. $2. I mean, it's amazing. XRP $2.64. I mean, if you think about it, we were at $1.90 not too long ago. Okay, let's do the main story of today. Going to make this into a video, so if you're confused, all our videos are making during live shows because we make everything as real and honest as possible. So, Matthew just followed on X. Let's see, let me check. What are we on now? 185? 189. 11 people. There must be 11 people who haven't signed up. Let me give you the link again. Let's see if we can get to 1,100. Here is the link. I'm also just going to quickly check something else. I'm going to check the subscribers. Are we close to 8888? Let me go over here. See live count. Here we go. Ooh, we're so close. The I didn't know this, but apparently 88888 is the most lucky financial number, and I think we'll hit it today. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do subscribe. Okay, let's do this video. I'll never go on X, but I follow you anyway. Thank you, Dan. I appreciate it. Okay. Let's do the video. Breaking news on Martyn Lucas Investor. Thanks for nothing, FCA. How the UK crypto regulation keeps falling behind. I'm going to be covering that in this video. Crypto is just going to all-time highs every single day, and the FCA is still calling it a scam. There is new regulations coming in place from 2026, so only about 5 months away from even more new regulations. So do stick to the end of this video as I'll be explaining what it means for you and the full information. I've put this into today's newsletter. The newsletter link is the first link in the description every single morning. The 5 things you need to know, plus the deeper dive. If you're investing in the markets, crypto, you want to know the news, we bring out the news to you every single morning. 4 hours of research every single morning for you guys. But today's deeper dive story is thanks for nothing, FCA, how UK crypto regulation keeps falling behind. Regulations, and then you look at the US, which is just doing much better than the UK. The UK approach to cryptocurrency regulation has become a masterclass in how frustrated retail investors while competitors race ahead. As American pension funds load up on Bitcoin ETFs and European exchanges follow crypto exposure, British retail investors remain locked out of the most basic cryptocurrency investment vehicles, leaving them watching from the sidelines as digital asset revolution unfolds. This is what I did my X post about here today. Go and check out my X. It's in the comment section and in the description. Do you feel protected? Do you feel protected? Because the FCA banned retail ETF access in 2021 at 8,000. We're currently around 86,000. So I'm not thanking the FCA. They're not protecting anyone. I don't know. They're protecting themselves. It seems like it's frustrating because they're treating it like it's gambling, and we very much now know that they were wrong. And this is an investment that's going to stick around forever. Remember, nothing I say is financial advice. It's my thoughts, my opinions. This article is also my thoughts and opinions. So please, this is a critique article from my opinion. So do take everything with a pinch of salt. And I'm not a licensed financial advisor. And please do not base any trades based on anything I say. As American, so British retail investors remain locked out of the most basic cryptocurrency investment vehicles, leaving them watching from the sidelines as digital asset revolution unfolds. And we've got even a bigger story coming up in just a few paragraphs, where we've got the CARV surveillance state. We've got from 2026 some new massive regulations coming into place, which is not going to make anything better, just worse. The Great British ETF lockout. The root of this regulatory mess traces back to January of 2021, when the Financial Conduct Authority, the one that works for us, imposed sweeping bans on crypto derivatives and exchange traded notes for retail investors. Brilliant. The FCA claimed crypto assets had no inherent value, and that the retail customers could not reliably assess the value and the risks. At the time of the ban, Bitcoin was trading around 8,000. As of July of 2025, it's near 86,000, a tenfold rise that retail investors were protected from assessing via regulated products. So I just find it ridiculous. I mean, where's the gambling bans then? If you're going to say it has no inherent value and there's big risks, um, then why is the gambling industry not regulated like this? You can go gamble, lose all your money, not that many regulations in place, and you can walk away tax free. If it was gambling and it had no inherent value, that I just don't understand it. It's just ridiculous in my opinion. And that was at 8,000, calling it a scam, just like most other people, but actually putting regulations in place, not letting it be in ETFs. We've got that in the US. It basically means we can't have it in our ISAs. We don't have a safer way of investing in it. If it was in an ETF, we would be protected much better, much better. But what they've done is just completely doesn't make any sense, because they're saying they're trying to protect us. They're trying to. I don't want the FCA's protection. That's the first of all. In this specific place, I do think there should be protection. I do think they should go after scams. I do think there should be some warnings, some risks, but I don't think you should just stop people allowing people to trade. Um, I lost my train of thought, but um, yes, I'll just move on, because it's just going to frustrate me a lot. I was going to talk about the ETFs. If they were actually worried about the risks and they wanted to protect us, then they would allow ETFs for the major currencies, at least Bitcoin. Why? Because if you're trying to protect us from risk, you're probably going to tell us not to go onto this website. This website might be a scam. This exchange might be a scam, or whatever. If it's if it's an ETF, then we can just buy it on our ISAs, or we can buy it on an investment account, and we don't have to worry about the risk, because they're taking on the risk, and we just pay a little fee. So it's just ridiculous, because they don't even allow ETFs. The ISA and SIP nightmare. Perhaps nowhere in the regulatory failure more evident than the treatment of individual savings accounts and self-invested personal pensions. Under current HMRC guidance, there is no route for getting direct Bitcoin ETF exposure in an ISA, and no such products qualify from UK UCITs or recognised investments. Remember, that's also ridiculous, because if you want a diversified portfolio and you are a high risk investor and you're a young investor, then what you're doing is they're not letting you have a properly diversified portfolio, because Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies will be part of it, and they're not letting you have direct exposure. They're actually increasing your risk, because you have to invest into companies that might hold Bitcoin, which just brings a completely different ball game into it. For SIPs, which is a self-invested pension in the UK, the situation is only marginally better, but absurdly complex. Retail investors must first qualify for MIFID professional client status, bureaucratic, I can't even say the word, hurdle requiring significant assets or professional experience. Even then, you need to go to you need specialized SIP administrators like options pensions to assess Bitcoin ETFs through interactive brokers. So, um, ridiculous once again. This system has created a two-tier market where wealthy, sophisticated investors can access Bitcoin through pension wrappers, while ordinary savers are shut out. The result: retail investors have been forced into workarounds like buying MicroStrategy shares or crypto mining stocks to gain indirect exposure, where the risks are higher, by the way, because you need to understand balance sheets. You're investing in an individual stock. You're not investing in the underlying asset, which is normally less risky, all that sort of stuff. So, complete, utter embarrassment from the UK once again. The US contrast: freedom versus paternalism. Since January of 2024, American investors have enjoyed access to spot Bitcoin ETFs. including 401ks and IRAs. I need to make a note that the US was late as well. I mean, I'm talking about the UK as if they're the worst country in the world, but we need to remember the situation was pretty much the same in America a couple years ago. Maybe slightly better, but still pretty much in the same situation. So I'm not here bashing the UK. I still think it's a great country, and all the other things, the freedom and everything else. But it's time to wake up really, because they're not protecting anyone, in my opinion. The iShares Bitcoin Trust IBIT charges just 0.25% annually, while UK investors typically face crypto exposure fees exceeding 3%. So once again, that's not helping at all. Americans can buy ETFs with pre-tax dollars, gaining both crypto exposure and tax advantages UK investors can't access. Completely different. US, there's a lot of competition now, lots of ETFs, everyone wants to have the lowest fee. You can just go and buy a Bitcoin ETF and pay a 0.25% fee and be pretty protected. In the UK, you have to be wealthy, you have to go through specific channels, you have to, the fees are very high, you have to call this pension administrator. There's no easy way, as in pretty much there's no way of getting Bitcoin or crypto into your investment vehicles. And here we go, 2026, it all gets worse. The CAF surveillance state. Adding insult to injury, the UK is implementing the Crypto Asset Reporting Framework CAF. If you are enjoying the video, please do hit the like button. Let's see if we can get to 500 likes on the video. Subscribe if you haven't done so already. I've noticed that about 80% of the people that watch the videos do not subscribe, and I think I've got this image saved. There we go. Look at that. Not subscribed. 90% of you guys. What is going on? Please do consider subscribing. We bring all the real, honest crypto finance news to you guys. And we are currently on 88,656 subscribers. We're trying to get to 100,000 by the end of the year. So let's see if we can get it done. Let's see if by the end of this video we're up to 89,000. The special number apparently, according to Martyn, is 88888. So let's see if we can do that as well. So let me get back into this calf surveillance state, because this is happening quite soon now. Adding insult to injury, the UK is implementing the Crypto Asset Reporting Framework, CARF, from January of 2026. This OECD initiative requires crypto exchanges to collect and report detailed personal information about users, including names, addresses, tax IDs, and transaction details. The government expects CARF to increase tax revenues by 315 million over 4 years, a figure that reveals the substantial crypto activity they're simultaneously trying to restrict. HMRC has identified 50 reporting crypto assets providers and estimates compliance cost of 800,000 annually. While enhanced tax transparency isn't inherently problematic, the timing is particularly galling. The same regulators denying retail investors access to regulated crypto products are building sophisticated surveillance systems to track their every transaction in an unregulated market. So they're not helping, but they're making it harder. I think every single exchange will have to adhere by these rules, otherwise they'll be charged £300 per user. So they're obviously going to have to do it. That will probably mean a lot of costs for these exchanges. So again, that could drive exchanges out, once again making it a more risky market and less competition. So again, the UK investor gets hurt the most, because exchanges can increase their fees, and if you don't have competition, you know the problems with that. Secondly, it means that every single exchange is now going to be reporting on all your transactions. They're going to be taking all your details, which raises questions about the amount of surveillance going on in the sector, even though they're not making it easy for us. And that's going to all happen from January of 2026. So be prepared to that. Another way of trying to pinch some pennies. Industry voices, but I would always say pay taxes anyway. It just makes it. I'm just having more of a problem of how seriously they're taking the taxation side of things, but they're not. They're not making it easy to invest in the market. Some industry voices and they're also killing competition as well, making it even worse for UK investors. Industry voices, the criticism mounts. The official monetary and financial institutions from Forum and the UK Parliamentary Treasury Committee has criticised the UK's delays and lack of clarity, driving crypto firms overseas. The FCA's crypto roadmap still lacks to go live date, exacerbating uncertainty. Meanwhile, firms and experts accuse the UK of policy procrastination and losing its leadership in distributed ledger finance. A glimmer of hope, potentially. In June of 2025, the FCA announced it would lift the ban on crypto EMPs for retail investors, though full Bitcoin ETF access remains unavailable and implementation is unclear. The FCA executive David Glee stated the regulator aims to rebalance our approach to risk, but for many retail investors, the shift feels too little too late, and it is because we haven't heard anything since either. So, here we go again. More FCA rules, more FCA bans, more FCA compliance, and no help to the retail investor once again. While other countries, what happened to the UK being the crypto global hub? It doesn't look like that's happening. And while that's going on, we're looking at cryptocurrencies currently. XRP trading at $2.65. We've got Bitcoin making all-time highs as we speak as well, around 118,000. So crypto market is booming, and once again, the UK investor is being left behind. If you did enjoy the video, please leave your comments down below. The first link is the newsletter. Please do go subscribe, check out the X, and until next time, there'll be 2 videos up here. Take care of yourselves and each other. Perfect. Paul D. Oh, what a great comment. I love it when people enjoy the newsletter. Great newsletter. Read while in here. Awesome as always. Paul D. I appreciate that comment so much. If you haven't signed up to the newsletter, here is the newsletter link. I think Martyn is going live any second now. Let me see if we've got the link from Martyn. That's going to go out later as a video. I think, is Martyn doing another Members Day? I think he might be. Yes, perfect. Okay, I just want to make sure that's the right one. I'm sure Martyn will come and post a link in a second. I could sell. I'm up 20% on a few. That's why I'm using Kraken. They will have to follow EU regulations after 2026. What do you mean, Harringtonburg? That's why I'm using Kraken. What do you mean by that? Why they'll have to follow EU regulations? Why are they exempt from the UK regulations? Hey, XRP to Moon ain't that good. Great though. It'll take UK a few more years to catch up. Banging XRP, XLM, HBAR, Ondo. Bagging. Sorry. Broke through 265. XRP 265. Wow. Let me have a look. As we were speaking, it was no. It's still not higher than we were earlier today. Still not higher than but we did hit we did hit that level, but I'm looking to break that level earlier. But it is look at that rebound. I'm sure people panic sold down here. The rebound is very strong. Getting above the 265 level and holding it for a daily candle close tonight would be big news for XRP, because that would mean $3 next, in my opinion. Far left communism, says Harrington Bird. Good morning, Sensei. I hope everyone's well. Thank you, Paulie, for tuning in. Make sure everyone you have hit the like button. That would be great. Glad I found another crypto guy from the UK. AC, do consider becoming a member. Here is the membership link for you. We are live every day. You can always ask me questions. Do you have FOMO at the moment? No. 59% of you don't have FOMO. About 40% of you do have FOMO, or 37% of you do have FOMO. But only 19% of the people that have FOMO have bought, and 18% of the people haven't bought. So you're controlling your emotions. And only 2% in the chat out of the 500 people that voted don't own crypto. That is incredible. Look at that. How the tides are changing, and I think we're all early still. What are the possibilities of going back to $2 or $1? Quite high, to be honest, but not in this move, I don't think. Martyn is doing a XRP stream. $10, 7 days. Ooh, I love it. I love it. I love it. Here we go. Oh, we've got Martyn calling in as well. This is great. Let me actually bring this on the screen first over here, and let me bring Martyn on the screen. Martyn, welcome to the Morning Forecast Show.
Good morning, Sensei. Thank you for having me on the show. As you can see, coming up in just about 6 minutes time, so no rush, Sensei. We've got our XRP Bank of America special, $10, 7 days. I'll explain why this is likely or possible. In 7 days time, we'll be covering the Bank of America earnings. There's a lot of noise at the moment around Bitcoin and XRP regulation. Everything's changing, and it's all about perception as well. We've got used to Bitcoin now at $100,000. It'll soon feel cheap, or people will say it's cheap at $150,000. It's human sentiment, and we're going to discuss that on a special XRP Bank of America $10 7 days special in just about 5 minutes time. This link, Sensei will give you the link and it will take you directly there. So I look forward to seeing you there on the show in just 5 minutes. Sensei, it's back to you. Great day.
Thank you very much, Martyn. We look forward to that. Martyn always has great insights from the banks, especially the Bank of America. So I would love to see his insights into that as well. Remember, Martyn forms these connections and I look at the charts and give my views. So both together, we normally get things right. So let's see what happens. Remember, nothing we say is financial advice, or it's all our thoughts and opinions. So we're going to go over to Martyn very shortly. Let me just see. Did we get the 20 retweets and the 110 followers? Let me check. 4 more people. 4 more people. We need to do this. We need to do this. Go and follow me on X. 4 more people. I will get very excited if we hit 1,100. And we are on 17 retweets on this post. So do go and retweet and like this post as well. Give the UK audience some support as well, and let's get the word out there about the FCA and what they're up to. 4 more people. I'm going to refresh that because that should happen very quickly. Who hasn't followed on X? 4 more people. I'm sure we can get there. If you haven't got the newsletter yet, here is the link for the newsletter. Every single morning the newsletter goes out. Do go and subscribe for the newsletter. Remember, there's a monthly plan, a free plan, and an annual plan. XRP is trying to push up once again. We might get all-time high, well, not all-time highs. We might get new highs when Martyn goes live in just a couple minutes' time. XRP, yeah, we got the highest price on XRP since March the 3rd. That's the highest price on XRP since March the 3rd that we just got today. Highest price since March the 3rd. That is incredible. That's multi-month highs on XRP. It's breaking all barriers, it seems. Highest price in 132 days. Look at that. And that looks strong. And that's all come from that breakout that we said. He might be at $5. I'll be here, might be at $5. Thank you, Al, for your comment. I don't quite understand what it means, though. We've got ADA also continuing to push up, coming to 74 cents. Everything is moving now. Remember, this is when things start getting exciting. Bitcoin, if it holds 115,000, it will let altcoins run. If it goes higher, though, if it continues this run and goes to our next target around 130,000, then it goes sideways. Then the altcoin season will be bigger. Remember, the more Bitcoin pumps and then goes sideways, the more the altcoins can pump afterwards. So it might be actually better that we get a continued run from Bitcoin. That would be a lot more strength. Let me go back to X before we end the show. We're ending the show in just a minute's time. Let me go here. 3 more followers. Who's not followed on X? I'm sure there's 3 people that haven't followed me on X yet. Here is the link. Go and follow me on X. 3 more people. Let's see if we can do it in a minute. And 19 reposts. 1 more repost here, and then we will get the 1,100 followers. That will be great. Good morning, Sensei and family. Sandra, welcome in to the show. We're about to move over to Martyn's stream. I'm actually going to get the link up for you guys. That's starting in about 30 seconds. So that's where we're going next. Here is the link for the next show. Let me give it one last refresh. 98. 2 more people. 2 more people. Let's see if we get it. Anything else I want to say before I pass you over to Martyn? I don't think so. Remember, FOMO is, look at XLM move as well. It's at the highs of its day. Look at that. Brilliant. 2 things. One is FOMO is not always the best thing. Control your emotions, have a plan in place, take it as a lesson if you've made a mistake. Secondly, the other thing is when things get overbought, and everyone says take profits, take profits. It's fine. Do what's right for you. However, that is when you make the most gains. When everything gets crazy is when you get the most gains. So if every single time, and the analogy I give is if every single time the RSI went overbought, like it is right now on something like XLM on ADA, and you took profits just within itself, every time it just went into the overbought section, then you wouldn't make any money, or you would make 90% less than the person who just carried through. Because when the momentum's there, when the FOMO's there, when everything's overbought is when you make money in the crypto market. So remember that in the back of your head, but do what's right for you. I'm going to end the stream now. We're going to go over to Martyn's stream. I'm going to give this one final refresh. And we did it. We did it. Thank you all so much. I really appreciate having you in the morning show every single morning. Remember, this is your one-stop shop for everything crypto related, the real news, not the fake news. We're going to be going over to Nicole following. Thank you so much. This is the link. This is where we're going now. Go join Martyn. I'll go see you there. Click on that link right now. Go into the chat and say Sensei sent me. That will be great. Sensei sent me. Let everyone know that I sent you over to Martyn. Until next time, take care of yourselves and each other. Bye-bye.